Hi, you guys. I just came from live on Instagram. Uh, I'm here today to talk about system and how my kids got taken away and what's going on at this current moment. I might, and there's no might. I'm going to be crying while I talk about this. And if y'all got any hateful comments, just leave the goddamn door. Excuse my language, but leave them at the flipping door. I'm going to be telling y'all what happened. And I hope that me speaking out about this situation will actually comfort and help other mothers that went through the same shit that I went through and that I'm going through. I hope this helps because I'm tired of not going to sleep. I'm tired of standing up for the past 2 years without no sleep. And it's as crazy as it sounds, and most of y'all see me as a cheerful person. If I told most of my friends to subscribe to my channel. Hopefully they did. My name is Mashanae Gray. I am 24 years old. I am originally from Chicago, Illinois. I am adopted, and I have 2 kids that's in the system. My kids been in the system ever since they was 5 months. And I'm going to try to speak clearly as possible. But if I stumble over some words, if I leave out something that y'all really want to know, just let me know. Comment down below. But before I get officially started, smack that like button. And if you want to see me again, subscribe. My kid's been in the system ever since he was 5 months. It was in the month of July. 2 weeks after we came from Chicago, because I took my kids down to Chicago to visit my family so they could, see the other side of the family and everything. And everything was good. Everything was good. I have twins. And I have a boy and a girl there too. My son had his umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck, so he wasn't breathing for a couple of minutes. So they had to get his heart back starting and everything. They had to vacuum him out. My pregnancy was really a high risk. They had to keep him for a week. So I only left with my daughter. I was staying in the shelter around this time. So when I finally got to bring my son home, I'm sorry. When I finally got to bring my son home, I'm messing up, y'all. I am so sorry. I am messing up. Give me a second. Oh, I don't have much, so this is starting against my heater. Um, he was sleeping. Well, he was eating and sleeping. Mm, yeah, wonky. Um, he had to be different. He had to be on. I had earwigs in my ears. And they cleaned out my ears. But he had to be on different Enfamil than his sister. So he had to be on gentle. I think that's what it's called. The purple can. Um, that helped. And then, like, he was good. He, even though, like, he was still in, like, the same size clothes for a couple of months, he started to gain weight a little bit. Took him to the pediatrician and like he had his first shots and stuff, and I I was still staying in the shelter around that time. Um, I was in the shelter 5 months after I had my kids. Um, I was working every day, early in the morning, taking them to daycare and then going to work. Um, when I got back from Chicago, like my son wasn't eating as he's supposed to, and he wasn't sleeping. No matter like if I swaddled him or played with him or rock him or ride him around in the stroller, he wasn't sleeping very well. I took him to the pediatrician like over and over again, not over and over, like 5 times, and like this been happening like ever since I took him out the hospital. Like he hasn't like been gaining as much weight as he's supposed to. Um, Out of those 5 times, then I went to the hospital twice, and then the third time I went to the hospital, they said my son had 4 fractures. My son did not have no fractures at all. So they said I wasn't able to take him home. So that night they told me that like he was gonna stay over. They was gonna keep him over for overnight for observation and everything because of how he was born. So I took my daughter home. And I left work early. They was at a different daycare around this time because I couldn't like seriously wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get them dressed and get because my daughter and my son is yeah, I didn't have no basically I didn't have no help at all. So it was very, very difficult just to keep maintaining that. So I looked for a different daycare that could actually pick them up and drop them off at the shelter that I was staying at. So I got off of work early, got my daughter, um, the daycare lady dropped my daughter off, and we went straight to the hospital. As I got there, um, They told me that I can't take my son home because he has 4 fractures. So they said, "Do you have any family out here to take your daughter? Because we have to keep your son in the hospital to make sure that he's okay." And I told them no. It was like, you know, no one. I told them that I'm not from here, and I was staying in the shelter. I was I was staying in the shelter, so um, they was like, well, you cannot take your daughter out of the hospital unless you want to admit her in the hospital because they're under the DCFS, basically Child Protection Services. So they was in custody. I was like, wait, what? They was like, well, ma'am, since there was harm in your son was harm in your care, you cannot take your kids home. I was like, wait, what are you talking about? I didn't harm my son. And what are you talking about that I have my son has 4 fractures? And he was like, it's 2 fractures. One, both in his wrists and his knees. I was like, well, can you please show me the fractures? And it was like, here, 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 here. So I'm like, can you do the same thing? Can you give my daughter an x-ray too? And it was like, okay. My daughter bones and my son's bones is the same. The only thing is my daughter, she's big. So, shit. But at the same time, the same similar class that they pointed out for my daughter is the same similar class that they pointed out in my son. So I asked the doctor, I'm like, okay. So my son had fractures. Does that mean that my daughter has fractures too? And they said no. Your daughter is healthy, perfectly fine. I was like, okay. So the nurse came in and it was like, you know you can go home. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. She was like, well, mostly mothers run away after they was caught. I'm like, caught for what? I didn't break my son's bones. I didn't fracture them. I did not do no harm to my kids. And for you to seriously come up in here and tell me that I should leave was not right. So I called Kendrick. Kendrick is the father the man that stepped in to be the father to my kids, and he came and he saw the X-rays, and he said that Kendrick cannot take my kids because he's not the biological father. Around the time that I thought that he was, because I didn't realize what my uncle did to me. Well, when we found out that he wasn't a father, it really hurt me. Because Kendrick will be a good father. That's the crazy part about it. Kendrick would have been a great father. But ever since he realized that when wasn't biologically his, he's been distant from them. So once they took him away, no, actually before they took him away, the my caseworker, she took me to the side and she was like, I could tell that you really love your kids, and I'm gonna try my best to seriously find them somewhere safe. So so my caseworker worked with me every day. I saw them when it was just me and the caseworker for a whole hour. For a whole hour. And today was one. Like, okay, so kept on going to court. Kept on, never missed a court day. And they had a warrant out for my arrest for child abuse and neglect. That's a class A felony, but I got a class C. My bond was at $4,000. I was in there for 2 months. It was hard enough to seriously leave them every day. Not to get to take them home and everything. And not to tuck them in. Not to get them hold them. Not to give them baths. Not to feed them. Not to watch every moment of their lives. So they turned one. And after they turned one, like a couple of months after that, I was locked up for 2 months. And then the only thing that kept me going up in there, because I thought I was going to be up in there for longer than that, because that child abuse and neglect is a class A felony. But I knew that I was innocent. But I didn't know, like, if I would ever get out to see my kids, though. Like, nobody came to visit me when I was in there. I seriously thought I was gonna fucking lose it. I seriously thought I was gonna lose it. And then I got out. And then the first thing I wanted to do was see my kids. So, the next day, I called the caseworker because I was still working with her. And I said I need to see my kids. I need to see them. So the next day, I got off the phone with her. I saw my kids, and I held them so tight though. Now, currently, I seriously don't understand why is everybody texting me now. Like, currently now, the felony is off my background. Thank God. They found out that I really didn't harm my kids, but why is your kids in your custody now that you're asked? The only reason why they're not in my custody right now, is temporary guardianship, so I know where the foster parents live. I know their numbers. I talk to them basically every day, so I get an update on my kids every day. Every chance I get, pictures, everything. Um, right now the visits is turned to 2 hours, so every other week. So, I am currently working right now, so I can get my kids back now. Um, it's been rough. It has, and I know I'm not the only person that's going through this. And I hope that this helps someone that, like, we do have a voice. Don't be scared to seriously let people know that they're not alone in this situation. I'm a strong black woman, and I know that my kids will not be taken away from me. That will be gone that long. Longer than they're supposed to. Longer than they have to. They should never got taken away in the first place, but they have. And, yeah. And I miss them a lot. So, if you have any questions, if anyone do, just comment down below. Once I learn how to attach my Instagram and my Snapchat, then you could DM me there at my snake rain. And there's MON as well. Actually, I could just put it in my comment section so you can know. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with another video. Love you.